For my summer solstice altar setup, I included an array of crystals, many of them corresponding to the energies of the element of fire as well as the sun, since we are honoring the sun with the summer solstice. Not all of them correspond to this energy, but a number of them do. I also included some rocks and flowers from the beach, since the beach is what feels most like summer to me, but whatever feels most like summer to you and what helps you connect to nature and feel the seasonal shift is what you should try to connect with and maybe bring a bit of into your altar as well. And I finished this setup off with some candles, a sun card from the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the goddess Ain. I used a picture of her from the Celtic goddess oracle, since she is the goddess of the summer solstice, and some sparkling gold adornment. So something that I thought would be fun to do for the summer solstice is create some sun water. I've actually never made sun water before, but what better first time to try making it than the summer solstice. I have here a glass bottle that I have filled with drinking water. Glass is my preference for this as well. I just don't really feel like putting a plastic bottle out in the sun is a great idea. It sounds like really unhealthy, like stuff will leach into your water from the plastic, possibly. So if you can do glass, I would recommend that. You can use whatever bottle or vessel you'd like. I think a lot of people use pitchers and things like that as well. Whatever you want to do, it's totally your call. In terms of the other things I have here to make this sun water, you can totally choose whatever you'd like. I'm choosing things for correspondence purposes, so things that match the energy of the solstice or the sun, since we're honoring the sun at the solstice, or things that I just felt called to. I was selecting crystals that I was going to put with this water, and I was grabbing things. I was like, this doesn't correspond, but it just, for me personally, it feels right for the kind of energy that I'm wanting to call in at this time. So first things first, I want to smudge the water. So I'm just going to take the lid off of my bottle here, and I've got some white sage, that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just going to light some sage, and I'm just going to run some smoke around the bottle, and I opened it just so that sage can kind of get in there as well. Lift your bottle, put it underneath. You can say a little smudging prayer as you do this. Okay, and I'm just going to let that do its thing there as it finishes burning. So I have here some sliced lime and mandarin. I didn't have orange on hand, but I did have mandarin, so I figured I would use that in place of orange. These two citruses correspond to the sun, and I decided I was going to include these in my sun water. Your sun water doesn't have to have anything in it if you don't want it. If you just want it to just be plain water like this and you put it out in the sun to charge, you can totally do that as well. I decided to add some of that sun energy with some citrus fruit. So I've got some lime I'm dropping in, and now I'm dropping in these mandarin slices as well. And then I'm just going to put my lid back on here, and this is good to go in this regard. This is just going to have those oranges, or I'm sorry, mandarins and lime slices in it. And I'm actually filming this leading up to the summer solstice, so I'm not going to put this out today, but tomorrow is the summer solstice. I will be putting this out then, and I'm actually going to wait until the sun's hour. So if you're into astrology at all, there is something called planetary hours, and you can actually just look up, there's different websites. If you look up planetary hours calculator, and you can go to those websites and plug in your area, it'll ask for your location and the date that you're looking for, and then it'll give you a schedule of the day and what time the hour moves into the different planets. So I'm going to look at that. I haven't checked yet to see what times are going to be my windows, but I'm going to find when the sun's hour begins, and I will put my water out at the sun's hour on the summer solstice. I feel like that's just a little double whammy. You don't have to do that at all, but I thought that would be a fun extra thing. So I will be putting this out tomorrow during the sun's hour, and I'll probably just leave it out for several hours beyond that. I'm not really sure yet. I may leave it out for just the sun's hour and then bring it in. Some people like to leave their sun water to charge for several hours, so we'll see what I end up deciding to do. But either way, that's my plan. So now for the crystals I have here that I want to include. So I'm just gonna surround my glass bottle of water with these crystals. So starting off here, I have some fluorite for soul, path, and purpose alignment, some rose quartz for love, some clear quartz for magnification. This is clear quartz as well. Some pyrite and citrine as well. Got a couple pieces of citrine here. So pyrite and citrine for prosperity and abundance. Apophyllite for ascension and spiritual connection, as well as angel aura quartz for similar energies. Sunstone and honey calcite for creativity, optimism, and confidence. Aragonite for healing, and I'm also doing some blue-green kyanite, which is really cool. There's blue and green kyanite that have grown together here. Get the alignment from blue kyanite and the healing from green kyanite. And then I also have some chrysocolla here for freedom of expression. Okay, so all of the crystals are touching all around the border. So this is all good to go. So tomorrow at the actual summer solstice, during the sun's hour, I will be putting this out to charge. I realized that from the overhead view, you weren't really able to see how this ended up really looking because it was the top of a bottle and you couldn't really see these crystals, how they ended up being placed. The other thing I forgot to mention is that when you put certain crystals out in the sun, it can sort of discolor some crystals. So if you have a crystal you really love the colors of and you don't want it to get discolored, I would maybe pass on using it for this sun water in particular, since it is going to go out into the sun. Maybe if you just plan on putting it out there for an hour, it won't be so bad, but just something to be mindful of. So let me know if you try this out and how you like creating sun water and other ways you like to use the water. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy trying this out.